Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for checking out the video. Southside Braves here, and today for you I have my YCL Wi-Fi Week 1 update video. I've tried to do these in the past, hasn't worked out real well because of scheduling stuff and living situation and that. But with where I'm currently at, I think I'll have a better chance of keeping up with these weekly. So I am back to do it for the YCL Wi-Fi League. So basically all I'm going to do in these break down my week 1 match, kind of talk about my team a little bit, look at the league standings, and then take a look forward to my week 2 matchup. So hopefully that'll make sense and you'll see it as we go through. But let's just dive right into it, take a look at my week 1 match. So we're not going to sit and watch the whole thing, but I do have some highlights and moments from the match I thought kind of led to where it ended up. So as you can see, we were playing the Stockholm City Kinglers in week 1 and Coach Sven. Good guy. It was a great game, very fun. If you have not seen it, please go do see that match. But we did take a 0-1 loss. I gave my MVP of my team to Mew. I thought it got me off to a great start early, kind of just led the way. I gave my LVP, least valuable player, to my Weavile. Unfortunately, it did not do what I wanted it to do. It did not come through. He had a very good berry bring on the Slowbro, which kind of neutralized Weavile, and it was a good bring on his part. Like I said, neutralized my Night Slash, and then he killed with a Flamethrower. So let's take a look at some highlights and lowlights from the match, so you can kind of see what happened if you haven't seen it. A little summary of the match. So first off here, like I said, Mew, I gave the MVP for this start. These were the leads, so this is turn 1 of the match. He led Breloom versus my Mew. My Mew was Expert Belt, and I thought he could really cover most of the team. A couple things he couldn't hit for super effective were obviously Spirit Tomb, and I don't think I had anything for Typhlosion either. But his other 4 Mons, I had super effective moves for all of them. So I could either go Flamethrower or Ice Beam here. I lean Ice Beam. I don't really know why I picked it over Flamethrower in this turn, but I did. And turn 1, like I said, right off the bat, Mew picks up turn 1 kill on Breloom. And Mew's not quite done putting in some work early for me yet. You'll see he goes into Metagross. And on the Metagross here again, once again, I have another super effective move for it, and I go Flamethrower. And he has no idea what my Mew set is at this point. Mew gets so many moves and different things that you really can't tell. By this point, after this turn, he probably realizes that I'm Expert Belt. But do half, about a little over half, like 55% or so, to Metagross. He sets up Rocks, which became a much bigger deal in this match than I was expecting them to be. It was unfortunate. Would have changed probably my Torkoal. I would have, instead of a Guavberry, I should have had Heavy Duty Boots on it and played Torkoal a little bit differently to help deal with those rocks. Because like I said, the rocks became a much bigger problem than I was anticipating. So he does go Slowbro here on the second Flamethrower. And I could have Volt Switched and seen this coming, because I mean, it was a pretty obvious switch in. But I didn't want to take the chance of Metagross being able to stay in and live a Volt Switch. So I went Flamethrower, and I thought worst case scenario I could Volt Switch on this turn, which I do. Take Slowbro down to half. And we end up going into, I think this is where we go into Weavile. So that's kind of the first thing. That was Mew getting us off to the hot, blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. Hot start. Like I said, taking out Breloom right away, having Metagross, having Slowbro, even though Slowbro obviously has Regenerator. But really great start Mew got me off to, so that's why Mew got the MVP there. Next up, as far as highlights in that go, this one, again, kind of a low light. You'll see why I gave LVP to Weavile. Because again, this is the very next turn following that Volt Switch. We decide to go into Weavile thinking, hey, we can Night Slash here kind of for free. Either it kills the Slowbro, he brings something in on it, and they have to take a Choice Banded Night Slash. So I don't see too much harm in this. And I thought on the Volt Switch, maybe he goes Psychic, but he probably Scalds. But either way, I can live one. And then I know for sure I'm faster than a Slowbro. So I think I'm kind of free to Night Slash. I was worried about the burn. The burn was a big threat. But if I don't get burned from the Scald, I think I'm good to go. So I see no reason to not Night Slash here. He's probably calcing it if he can live. I do believe he told me after the match that he Throat Chop. He could have lived just barely, like at like 1 health or something. But as you can see, the Night Slash doesn't kill either. It comes close when we don't get the high chance crit on the Night Slash. And then he has the Flamethrower for Weavile, and we lose Weavile early. And that right there is why you see LVP going to Weavile. Like I said, couldn't save me with a crit, and he just had a better bring on the Slowbro. So that's where Weavile happened. Next up, we have here. What play is this? Oh, sorry. There we go. Wasn't playing. Trying to think what play this was. Oh, this is one of the plays in the match I wish I would have played differently. I go for the Volt Switch here, but again, rocks are up, and rocks are a big deal. Again, you'll see me eventually click Volt Switch here. Slowbro is low enough that I could have predicted the Metagross coming in and gone for the Flamethrower. And what that really would have accomplished more than anything is to allow Mew to stay in and not have to come back in on rocks again and just keep taking chip. So I really wish I would have clicked, even if I don't predict the Metagross, even if I click Drain Punch, or which would have been fine, but even if I Ice Beam it, I would have rather still been in against Metagross than Volt Switching out. So that Volt Switch on that turn was, I think, I don't know if I call it a misplay, but the play I wish I could have taken back after the game more than any. Like I said, I really wish I would have just kept Mew in and not switched it out. So I should have gone. I wanted to go Drain Punch originally just to get a little bit of health back, but I'm not 100% Drain Punch kills Slowbro there. I think it does, but I could have easily gone Flamethrower. I know Flamethrower kills. So that's what I wish I would have done there. And that's why you see this play in here. Next play we're going to look at here is, you kind of already saw the start of it. He Earthquakes me, and then I Guava Berry to get back up to half health. He still has rocks up. Oh no, I Rapid Spin. So he's already done the damage to me with the Earthquake. I got Rapid Spin off, got rid of his rocks. I should have just gone for a Flamethrower and got rid of this thing. If I lose Torkoal there, so be it. Torkoal's not huge for me in this match. But letting him set the rocks back up after the Rapid Spin was huge. Like I said, I wish I would have risked Torkoal's life and gone for the Flamethrower. Because like I said, it obviously kills, especially in the sun. I thought he was going to Earthquake. That's why you see me go Rotom here. But even if he Earthquakes and kills Torkoal, that's fine. I can go Mew and there's no rocks up anymore. So I really wish I would have played that more aggressively and gone for the Flamethrower instead of the switch. And like I said, if I lost Torkoal there, I think that's even... Losing Torkoal, I think, is better for me than allowing him to get Stealth Rocks back up. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was another big play I thought in the game where it was the right play by him to go for rocks. And yeah, he got him up. Next up here was my opponent's personal favorite play of the match. He told me so after. Was here. We got in a little bit of a stalemate where he had Gliscor and was switching to Slowbro on the Waterfall. I hit Gliscor with one Waterfall. He switched to Slowbro to take one, and he was switching back and forth trying to get Regenerator health on Slowbro, which I completely understand. Eventually, after a few turns of this, I caught him with a Blizzard on the switch on Gliscor, and Blizzard Swampert is not something you see very often, so he was a big fan of that Blizzard play. He had actually seen it one turn. I had tried to predict the Gliscor one turn and hit Slowbro with a Blizzard, so he didn't know I had it at this point. So it wasn't like a surprise thing, but I did just happen to get the right turn where Gliscor came back in and was able to OHKO Gliscor with the Blizzard. So that was a big play by Swampert to kind of keep me in the game and keep this as close as it was. And the last play we're going to look at here is Rotom here against Slowbro. I'm trying to remember what this play is. Oh, this was... I said earlier I wish I could take that one play back by Mew and not Volt Switch out. This was the biggest just flat-out misplay, I thought, on my part. This was just a bad decision, and it really cost me late game. I don't know if I still could have won it at this point, but I know I would have had a much better chance if I didn't make this play. So I Volt Switch on the Slowbro. He switches in Spirit Tomb. I should have gone Swampert. 100%, I go Swampert here. I don't know why I don't go Swampert. I mean, even Medicham is a better option than what I end up doing. I bring in Mew, and I need Mew at high health to kind of win this thing. Mew's my Mew's my win condition late here, 100%. And I bring it in against Spirit Tomb. And again, I don't even know why. 100% I think I should go Swampert. I don't really see a reason to not go Swampert at this point in the game. I can just click EQ and do some damage to a lot of things. Because at this point, he had Typhlosion, Spirit Tomb, and Typhlosion, Spirit Tomb, and I can't remember what the third thing he had alive at this point was. But I 100% go Swampert and click EQ. For some reason, I go Mew and I go Ice Beam. And it does decent damage, I guess, but not anything significant. And I just took half health on Mew for some reason. So that was just a huge misplay. And I thought the play that kind of sealed my loss in this. So I really wish I would have gone Swampert there. So like I said, two big plays I wish I got it back. One, like I said, I don't really consider the Volt Switch a misplay. I just wish I would have played it differently and kept Mew in and not Volt Switched out. But this one right here, it's just flat out a misplay. There's no reason to bring Mew in, and I don't know why I did it. Like I said, I just took half health on my win condition. And, oh, Slowbro is still alive. That's the third one. There you go. Thought Slowbro had died by this point. But even EQ on Slowbro does decent damage, as you'll see here. So, I mean, like I said, I should just volt straight into Swampert and click EQ instead of going Mew and losing all that health. So, that's kind of how the match went. And I did pick up the 0-1 loss. Again, you see my MVP Mew and my LVP Weavile. But it was a really good game. If you haven't seen the whole thing, go check it out. I'll make sure to have it linked at the end of this video. So you can do that if you haven't. Good game to Sven. Good luck on him for the rest of the season. And we're looking to bounce back in week 2. So after that match, here was your standings for the league. Or not for the whole league, but for my conference of it. I think I'm in Diamond. I'm going to be honest, one's Diamond, one's Pearl. I forget which one I'm actually in. But I think it's Diamond. These are the teams here. You can see the records. I am 1 point out of the playoffs as of right now after 1 week. 8 of the 12 appear to make it. So we just got to be in the top 8. We'll get there. Unfortunately, we're 1 point out right now after 2 games ended with a tie going down to timer. So we were the closest non-timer game. So we're right there. We're going to pick it up in later weeks and try to get back into this thing. So now we're going to take a look at my week 2 opponent, the McChesney Park Slowpokes. Hopefully I'm saying that location right. I don't know if I am. This coach, Prater, I'm hoping I also say his name right. He's a good guy. I've talked to him multiple times. I don't know how he actually says his name. Hopefully it's a Prater. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. He is actually the coach that took over for my YCL VGC team and took that team to the playoffs. I don't know if I've ever been more disappointed in having to drop a team than I was that VGC team. I was having a ton of fun with it. I thought it was a really, really good team. And unfortunately, just because of life situations I had to drop, he ended up taking over that team and, like I said, getting it to the playoffs. So happy for him for doing that. So looking forward to playing him now in the Wi-Fi League after that. You can see his team here. Top Mon point-wise being Alakazam. He did bring it week 1, picked up 2 kills and died. He brought Azumarill week 1, didn't get any kills or deaths. Brought Mamo. Big one was he brought Gyarados and went 4-0. So I cannot let Gyarados run wild on me like it did in week 1. If I do, it's going to be the Kill Leader after 2 weeks. So I got to prevent that from happening. Other mons he brought week 1 were Hitmontop and Magmortar. But again, if you look at the KDs, Alakazam picked up 2 and then Gyarados picked up 4. So those are his 2 big offensive threats after week 1. So I have to make sure to plan for Alakazam and Gyarados. But even the mons he didn't bring, Swellow is a good flying type he can have. Does he have? Oh, I mean Gyarados obviously too. Trying to think ground resistances he had. But he can obviously bring Swellow. He can bring Gyarados again. He will bring Gyarados. I'll put money on Gyarados being there. Roserade's a great grass type. Yeah, I think Roserade's an awesome Pokemon. Don't know how I feel about Steelix. I don't usually see much coming out of Steelix, but it'll do its thing. I mean, it'll be a sturdy Stealth Rocker. Yeah, I'm going to make sure Steelix doesn't beat me, but not his biggest threat in my opinion. He does have Shuckle. He picked it up after I dropped it. So I would love to see Shuckle's shenanigans against me. Because again, he was on my team for a day, Shuckle. So a little revenge for Shuckle for me dropping him maybe. And then Sableye being the last one. I always find Sableye to be a very annoying mon to go up against with that Prankster and Will-O-Wisp and everything else that wants to do Like it can Thunderwave. I believe it gets Thunderwave. I know it usually Willows, but Prankster, Sableye is always annoying to go up against. So he's got a good team. Like I said, he's actually in first place in the league right now with a 5-point victory in week 1. So really got to bring my A game here. Obviously, I'm not going to talk too much about what I plan to do against this team. I'm just going to talk about his mons a little bit because this is going to come out before the battle. I don't want my opponent to watch this and know exactly what I'm going to do. So, but like I said, just talking about his team: Alakazam, Gyarados, 2 threats. Mammo, I always think is a great draft league Pokemon. Mammo Swine, I always think is a very, very underrated draft league Pokemon. Goes deeper in drafts than I think it should. So that's a great mon for him to have. And yeah, like I said, not much else to say. Looking forward to the match. And yeah, I'll make sure to bring the best team I see fit to deal with these 11 mons you see in front of you. So I hope you guys do check out that battle when it comes out later this week. So, yep, that's how this is kind of going to work. This is a little wrap-up page. I'm currently sitting in 9th, 0-1 with a -1 record. And then I'm going to put on a Pokemon on my team that I want to talk a little bit more about at the end of each video. This week it's Rotom. I think I could have used, or not even I could have. Rotom's a mon on my team that I want to use better than I have in the past because it's not the first time I've had Rotom. And I just feel like I've underperformed with it. I know Rotom's very capable of being a very good mon on a team, and I just don't think I've used it to its full capability in past leagues, and so far 1 weekend in this one. I know it did pick up a kill against Metagross, but Rotom's a mon that I want to see perform better in coming weeks. Not necessarily saying in week 2, not saying 100% is going to be there, or even if it has a good matchup. Just saying Rotom is something I want to kind of step up on my team and be one of the leaders and mons that kind of carry the team at times. So that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, each week I'm going to talk about somebody on my team. Week 1, it's Rotom. Like I said, does have a kill. Did kill Metagross. I believe that's its only kill right now. But like I said, and I used it as a screener week 1, which I'm not saying that's the last time I'll use it as a screener. But yeah, just want to see more out of Rotom. So that is how these wrap-ups and these recaps are going to go. So if you did enjoy this, please do like and subscribe to the channel and the video. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I want to see this channel grow. And if you did like it, make sure to check out the battle from last week. Check out the next battle later this week. And come back next week for next week's recap. And like I said, if you really do like it, feel free to check out some of my other stuff. Like I'm doing the Nuzlocke through the Brilliant Diamond right now. And I'd love to see you guys check out some of my other stuff as well. So yeah, all that being said, thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good day and a good night. See y'all next time, guys.